Veda vinashinam nityam.
Veda vinashinam nityam.
Ya enam ajam avyayam.
ajam yayam.
Ajam avyayam.
Ajama vyayam.
Katham sapurushah partha.
Katham sa purusham partha.
Again. Katham sapurushah partha.
Katham sa purusha partha.
Kam ghatayati hamtikam.
Kam dadhatyati hantikam.
Kam ghatayati hamtikam.
Kam dadhatyati hantikam.
It is ghatayati. Ghatayati. Okay.
Okay.
Kam ghatayati hamtikam.
Kam dadhatyati hantikam.
Very good. Mayuka, repeat after me, Kana.
Okay, uncle.
Veda vinashinam nityam.
Veda vinashinam nityam.
Ya enam ajam avyayam.
Yayenam ajamavyayam.
Katham sapurushah partha.
Katham sapurusha partha.
Kam ghatayati hamtikam. Kam ghatayati hantikam. Are you able to hear me?
Uncle, your network signals is low.
Uh-oh. My bad. It's raining outside. But are you able to hear me?
Yes, uncle.
So just say the last one. Kam ghatayati hantikam.
Kam ghatayati hantikam.
So Veda means knowledge, right? Veda avinashinam nityam ya enam. Yeah, Tali.
Uncle, actually, before our class was at 5:30, right?
It was at 5:30 or 4:30 today? Was that at 5:30? Oh, okay. I think I lost my. Karen, can you hear me?
Yes, uncle.
I think Mayuka's internet has a problem. So was the class at 5:30 for you guys earlier or 4:30?
5:30.
Arey, should have commented on it. I actually started early then. Yeah, Mayuka, you're right. Probably it was at 5:30. I didn't know. I had this US and India time conflict. Okay, no problem. So is someone waiting or what?
No, uncle. Actually, I guess it was at 5:30, right? So everyone might not join.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no problem. We'll continue for this time, and for the next class probably we'll start again at 5:30. Yeah, I remember for vacations. I think we started a little late, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. So here in this particular verse, Shri Krishna is saying again. Shri Krishna is continuing. Say the teacher doesn't leave the student unless he is very clear about And this he is going to repeat again and again, giving various different examples of saying and emphasizing that soul is something that you cannot touch. You can do anything to the body, but you cannot do anything to the soul. So he's saying those who know Those who are aware of the existence of soul in everyone, right? Those who know that such a soul is avinashi. Avinashi means something that cannot be destroyed, right? Who knows that now? We think we know. We are just learning right now, right? Knowing is not just reading. Knowing is realizing and making it a point that it's there in our senses every now and then. Every moment that knowledge remains with us. That's called perfect knowledge. So here Bhagwan is referring to those who have this clarity of thought on soul being avinashi, cannot be destroyed, right? Nityam. Nityam in the sense eternal. There is never a point where it did not exist. It always existed, right? See, if I ask, can I get sun's reflection now? Yes, at a place where sun exists, right? Is there a moment where sun does not exist? Well, in the night, a lot of people logically would say, yes, 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 uncle, because in the night we don't see sun. But that's not true. Sun does exist even if it is night. It is just not visible for us. Similarly, the Bhagwan Sri Krishna, the Paramatma, the God, the Brahman, the ultimate God is present everywhere and his reflection is everywhere. Now he's saying that is eternal. That means it never started at a point. That started everything else. And then he's also saying, Ya enam ajam. It was never born, which means it is birthless. And if it never was born, then obviously it will never die as well. Correct? So he's saying ajam and avyayam. Avyaya means what? Vyaya means changing. Avyaya means unchanging. When do you say something is changing? When will you say something is changing? If it is not the same what it was earlier, correct? See, ice changes to water. Why do you call it as change? Because ice did not remain as ice. It changed to water. That's why you say change. That means its state is changing, correct? With the time. But soul doesn't change. The soul doesn't change. So he's saying ajam avyayam. Katham sa purusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. Those who are aware of this knowledge, how can they ever say that they are killing somebody or they are being killed by someone? He's referring to Arjuna now. He's pointing back to Arjuna. You said this, Arjuna. You said that you are going to kill Bhishma. You said that something is being killed. How can you say that? Those who have this knowledge, and he's again pointing to Arjuna here. You had this knowledge. All the Vedas are taught to Arjuna before, long back. He is aware of everything, but still he could not understand this fact, or I should say, he forgot to focus on that particular fact and started grieving about all the things in the war field, right? So, continuing, Bhagwan gives a very beautiful example in 22. So, let's go to 22 and do this one shloka. Sheetal and Gautam, can you be louder? Chant after me. Vasamsi. Are you good? Ready? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Navani gruhnati. Naro parani. It is not gruhyati, it is gruhnati. Navani gruhnati. Naro parani. Tatha sharirani. Vihaya jirnani. Anyani samyati. Navani dehi. Very good. Who else want to chant again? It's very simple. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. navani grushnati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Navani dehi means new body. Okay. Bhagwan says, just like how what will we do if our clothes are dirty and if they are like really not usable? What do? We remove that clothes. And then what do? We don't stay like that, right? It's shameful if we stay like that. So what do? We wear new clothes that are good, that are clean, right? Similarly, is giving that example. Bhagwan says, just like that, how you change your clothes from bad clothes to the good ones, right? The soul also changes sharira, right? When does the soul takes this decision of leave the sharira? Who can answer this?
Maybe when the body is old or it cannot be used anymore.
Very, very good. Very, very good, Mayuka. So we know that the soul does not have any purpose. What does soul do? We have learnt about something called as antakarna, right? Right? There are 4 parts. All these 4 combined, we call it as antakarna. The third part is very important here. Mana buddhi, okay. There is a third part, which is chitta. What is chitta? Chitta is a collection of our experiences and emotions, right? So all the experiences that we had, not just in this life, from many lives, the soul is aware of all those experiences and have been preserving those experiences. Why does it preserve? To repeat. What is the ultimate goal of any soul? The ultimate goal of any soul is to be happy, to get happiness. What it'll do? It'll say, Pawan, you wanted to do things faster. You always had this desire of doing things faster. Let me give you a cell phone. It will help you do that. You can call anybody, you can talk, you can chat, you can do things that are much more smarter, faster, quicker, efficient. And soul says, Bhagwan, you take the form of human being in 20th era, 20th century, and then you use devices called cell phones. And then somebody presents me this cell phone. I start using it. Why I'm doing is because my experience, my old experiences say that Pawan becomes happy. Pawan's soul has experienced this, that when things are done efficiently, he enjoys. So now in this life, I've been presented with this. I keep using it, right? I was like this earlier without any glasses. I keep using it. I become very, very happy. And slowly I feel that I'm not able to see anything. Right? Where is the happiness gone? There is no happiness now. Why? Because I'm not able to use the device. It hurts my head now. Then I go to the doctor and I say, Doctor, I'm getting a headache. What should I do? First thing he says, are you using mobile? That too in the dark, right? Where there is no light, good light? Yes, doctor. Because I'm used to it now. I'm addicted to it. Because, oh, Pawan, then I think you should probably wear the glasses. Let's check your eyes. And then he gives me these glasses. Now, I think I'm happy. Why? Because I can start using this again, right? And what will happen over a period of time? Over a period of time, I will lose the consciousness about my time. I will be using my time wastefully in these devices and do nothing else, nothing that benefits the society, right? So then I would realize, and Pawan in a nice one day in sleep, he will realize, what are you doing, Pawan? You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time on the device, right? And he says, I'm not liking it anymore. What happened to this happiness now? It does not exist. Now comes the difference between happiness and pleasure. Soul always looks for happiness. So it tries to take different forms, take different bodies in order to fulfill the desires that Antahkarana has already registered. These desires are called as, if you remember the body, mind, intellect chart that we had back in my home, right? It had a V on top. Did you notice that anytime? Under V, you had B, M, and I. So that V is nothing but vasanas. V-A-S-A-N-A-S. Vasanas. Okay. These vasanas are outstanding desires that the antahkarana, the chitta, has already accepted as a mode to be happy. So chitta thinks, my chitta thinks that if I do that activity, if I eat one more gulab jamun, I will be happy. This is what my chitta says. But if I keep on eating, I add up more weight. Doctor will say, Pawan, you are overweight. There is a risk to your heart, and I stop eating. Right? So this is what happens over a period of time. Then I realize, oh my God, my desire of eating this thing was just a mode of pleasure. It was not happiness. And then my soul mercilessly rejects that and says, Pawan, this is not something that you need for happiness. You need something more, sweeter than this. And then after so many lives, in one particular life, my body takes the form of something which gives me the knowledge that sweeter than gulab jamun is Bhagwan's name of Rama. So you keep chanting name of Rama. I may become a priest or something like that, right? Where from morning till evening, I'll be chanting Lord's name. And when I do that, I figure out that this is much more sweeter than the gulab jamun. And I mercilessly reject gulab jamuns from there on. This is exactly what happens. So he's saying, Vasamsi jirinani tatha vihaya. As soon as your body becomes useless, as soon as the cloths become useless, you remove them. Mercilessly, you discard them, throw them into the trash, into the washing machine. Get the new ones from the laundry, from the new ones that mom has all like washed and nicely ironed, and they're there in the stacked up in the almirah. So open it, wear it. This is what you do. Exactly the same way the soul operates. When soul sees that the desires that you had cannot be fulfilled by this body anymore, it drops the body. It says, Tata, bye bye. I don't need you. Thank you. Thank you for being with me for so long. I don't need your help. And then it drops that body. And then does it pick up immediately? No. Will we just wear whatever is there in front of us? No. We will go to the almar. We'll select what is the best dress for us. We'll pick it up for the occasion. We'll wear it. Similarly, the soul also will wait. It is not in a hurry. It will wait as long as it finds the right body that is capable enough to fulfill its desire. Suppose I always wanted to give. I never wanted to collect anything. I just wanted to have a life where it's all about giving out and not gaining anything. I may become a plant. I may become a brinjal plant. People will just collect whatever I have. Right? So I may become that. If I wanted to attract, I may become a nice, lovely flower in the garden. Who knows what I may become? If I wanted to hurt somebody, I may become a thorn on the beautiful rose plant. Who knows? Right? So it depends on the desires that we have. The soul waits, and then picks up the right body. That is the essence what Bhagwan Shri Krishna is trying to explain to Arjuna. Just to explain that just because you are dropping Bhishma's body, just because you're dropping Dronacharya's body with your arrows, it does not mean that they are gone. Their soul, based on their desires, will pick up another body. Why do you care? You do your job. You are a royal prince, you are a king, and you have to protect your land, your dignity, and your people behind. So do your job, fight the war. This is the essence. Okay? All right. So we will probably have only these two today, because I think we started up early and I didn't want it to have a lot of other people missing here. So what we'll do is we'll stop here, but understand the concept here that the soul is just an eternal entity. I would not even call it as a being because it was never created. So it's already there. As long as the God is there, soul exists as a reflection of him. Jiva is a pure reflection of Paramatma that remains as long as Paramatma is. Okay. So when somebody has to go back, suppose when you are done with your school, where you go? You go back to your home. Similarly, when the soul is done with the body, it goes and takes rest in Paramatma for as long as it does not find another right body to start fulfilling the desires. And why the desires are to be fulfilled? The desires are to be fulfilled because the desires lead to happiness, is what the soul thinks. Isn't it? By eating gulab jamun, you'll be happy, is the soul's understanding. It may not be real, it may not be true. By doing social service, you will be happy. It is what the soul thinks. Right? So, for those desires to be carried over, we take different forms. Okay? That's the essence of these two shlokas. Next one will be again the continuation of this fact. And I mean, this will be continued for a very good amount of time. So far, Bhagavan has been talking about very high level, soul, antakarna, and all these things. Now we will go back to lower, regular daily lives, like how we talk. You just change your clothes, that's the same way the soul changes. You know, just to make sure Arjuna understands that not only from a very high level, but also from a regular, in your regular life with those examples, Bhagavan is going to explain Arjuna that what he is not doing is something that he must do. He is not fighting for the right cause. He should fight for the right cause. Okay. All right. So let's stop here. I know it's quick for today, but that's good. We'll just take these two for today and then we'll continue next week. We do the closing prayers. Could help me? Be louder. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhavit. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Exactly in 3 more shlokas, we will get to a state where we know what Purnamadaha Purnamidam would mean. Okay. Then we will discuss the true meaning of that chant which we do at the end of every class. Okay. And if you can chant these two, just these two, 21 and 22, if you can just chant and send me a WhatsApp message with your chanting, that will be awesome. Okay. So I know that you have followed these two chants because these are different meters. I just want to make sure that you are aware of these two different ways of singing. Okay. All right. Any questions you have? Karen, Gianna? And I'm sorry I started a little early, but next class I'll maintain the right time.
Okay, uncle.
All right. See you all then. Have a good rest of the week. We'll catch up next week again. Right? Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye, uncle. Jai Shri Krishna.